Hey guys, how's it going? Hey Red. Hey Red, do we owe each other something? I can't remember if we've finished our sharing of info together. I gotta get back on whatever platform I was on we were talking about and make sure I finish that. How's everybody doing tonight? I'm sitting here erasing marks. I've been working on the YouTube, answering its questions and things for last few minutes, getting it all done. Oh, there we go. That finishes that. And updated. Posting a couple of more lives up there and another basic E&M video today. Yay, got all that. Now I need to separate out all my E&M questions, which I have like 300 of them plus, because now it's getting difficult for me to find a particular scenario that I want to teach somebody. Somebody needs to know like the differences between counseling and or just inpatient hospital, or if this is a consult or not, or if this is just how do you code one that is without an MDM and time and you just have a diagnosis. I need to separate out all these E&Ms into different E&M exams so that I can open them up and find the scenario I'm looking for easier, because there's just too much stuff in E&M. With the CPT code sections, the other ones about bill and procedures, I can find those scenarios based off the diagnosis or the CPT code that I'm looking for, because they're coded differently in different sections. But with the E&M, I can't find those questions as easily just by the E&M CPT code. So, yeah, that's my next little project I got to finish before we get our new CPT books. I ordered another set from Amazon for 2023. That way I have a plain set and then I have a marked up set. So hopefully we'll be getting our new books soon for 2023. I already got started on the Icd-10 updates for 2023. There's going to be a new document I'm working on for that. I already have access to the online version, so I'm already making up something for the differences between the 2022 book and the 2023 book, how many new codes we've got, how many deleted codes we've got, and what kind of guideline differences we've got between the 2022 and the 2023. But nothing you guys need to worry about yet if y'all are taking your exam in 2022. Let me see if I still have my poll up. All right. There's a poll I started to see how many on the live tonight are planning on taking their exam before the end of the year. Let's see who's on. Hey Red, hey Twinkle. Oh, you took your exam today and you're pretty sure you failed. Well, then more than likely you passed. I know people that feel really confident when they take their exam and they know they passed. That's when they failed. So, and then they're all shocked. So knowing that you think you failed, you'll probably pass. Thank you for the hearts. Thank you for saying that I was sent from heaven. That's awfully nice. Your name looks familiar. Somebody on YouTube sent, or something, I don't know how they did this. I didn't even know you could do this. Attached $5 to one of my videos, and it looked like your name. I don't know if that was you or not, but that was crazy. I've never seen that before. So then that got me onto YouTube, and then I was like, what is this? Why is this here? So then I had to go update it and add some more videos to it, but I don't know if that was you. Yeah, look at this. It looks like your name. Whoever did this, that's crazy. And thank you. That's awesome. But it looks like your name. You don't have to say you did it, but it looks like your name. Anyway, that was cool. I've never seen anything like that happen before. Didn't even know that was an option. Thank you for the roses. That will go towards helping other people with giving them free, I don't have my boys here tonight. The lady that we pulled for the Phyllis, who won a free section of my notes, is not taking her exam till 2023. So she is going to wait until then to, as soon as I finish those notes, pick out which section she wants. And as a matter of fact, oh, where's my thingy full of people's names? There's my cookie jar. I don't have the boys here tonight, but I was sitting here today making sure I was catching up on all kinds of stuff that I'm supposed to be doing and promised you guys. So here's a bunch of other new names that I need to fold up and put into our little jar here that I haven't done, but I have them here tore up on my desk. So let me get these inside the little cookie jar. And as soon as the boys come back, I'll have them pick somebody else too. So if you've recently sent me an email, I've got you. I'm putting everybody in our cookie jar. And get y'all added. And the boys will be back tomorrow. So hopefully they'll be back at the tail end of the workshop we've got going on tomorrow. And I'll have them draw some winners out for some new notes. And if you want to wait till the 2023 notes, that's perfectly fine. Or if you want something now, great. Perfect. If you still want to enter in the contest, all you got to do is email me at medicalcodingbyjen@gmail.com and just put raffle in the drawing and you'll be entered in our cookie jar for the raffle. But I don't want to pull a name because, I don't know. I think it's better when the boys do it because that way they are, they can't cheat and play favorites. Because they don't know you like I know you. All right. Got that done. What else we got going on in chat today? Planning on taking yours in October. All right. Awesome. It's one of my favorite months. My oldest child was born October 29th. Love that month. He's still mad at me for not waiting until the 31st to have him. To this day, the doctor said, I was there on a Monday, and he said, do you want to have the baby tomorrow or do you want to wait till the 31st? And I'm like, tomorrow? I'll drive back up here tomorrow. That's fine. After you're already 9 months pregnant, you're like, tomorrow? He said I should have waited till the 31st. Good gracious. You're going to take yours at the end of September. You're ready. That's awesome. Thank you for all the help. No way. What's purpose? She's saying that she did pass on her third try. That's awesome. I'm going to snap a picture of that. I had somebody on YouTube that I found in a comment today that let me know that they passed. So there we go. Come back on. So that is awesome. You're the second one for today that I found. Thank you for hopping on and letting me know. That means the world to me. If you do happen to get a copy of how you did in each section of the exam and send it to me, that would be great. I know you probably don't care, but as long as you passed. But if you've been watching me and then you just took your exam based off what I've been sharing, then if I see any low areas in a lot of people that send me their updated scores, then I'll get an average of like, okay, everybody's going low in ICD-10. I haven't gone over those in a while. Maybe I should do something on those because that gives me direction on where to teach. But this Tiffany let me know that she passed 9 days ago on YouTube. I don't know if I've shared her info yet either, but I got her down today too. You're taking it tomorrow. Please pray for you. We will, Art. Absolutely. Hey, Goldie. Me. Was that you? You're awesome. Angel King. Congratulations. Yes. For what's up. You took yours today, Kay. I hope you passed. I really do. I know you're exhausted. I can't believe you're on my live. You've got to be just brain dead today. Good luck, everybody. Did you take yours in Arkansas? Hey, Go-Kart, good to see you. You took yours in California. Hey, Midnight. Hey, Sandy. Hey, Peach. Thank y'all for the hearts and the shares of the live. I think that helps get this out to everybody. Oh, my boys had a dentist appointment on Friday. And everybody's doing great. No cavities. Travis is already growing in his wisdom teeth before James is. And that's awesome. They're part of the No Cavity Club, which is great so far. Where am I at? E&M. Oh, I had a question today come up. Where is this? I need to go to the 6000s. I was doing tutoring with, what'd I do with it? Fidea this afternoon, and we ran into a question that I know is going to end up being on the exam. Because it's repeatedly, well, she's taking her exam on Thursday, and so that means she's going to be taking hers online. And I know the online exam has that My Ring thing surgery. Yep. So let's go to 69421. I was wondering if y'all had any insights on this one too. 694, which I need to cover this tomorrow in our workshop. 69421. So there's our poll. 85% of everybody is going to take their exam on before December 31st. Okay. And then only 12% are like, I don't know when I'm going to take mine. No clue. No one's planning on taking it tonight so far in 2023. You had your test today. Yep. The first half of your exam. Okay. So on the CPC exam online, they're always having the My Ring-otomy. This is the surgery where they cut into the eardrum and release any infection or anything like that to get it out from behind there, irrigate it, aspirate it, whatever, and get the infection out. This other code, the 9436, just says tympanotomy, which is the insertion of the ventilation tubes. The procedure says it was a MyRing, but putting in ventilation tubes. Up here, we have eustachian tubes, but this says ventilating tubes. This one has the MyRing, but this one says the TYMP one, TYMP. The procedure listed out MyRing with ventilating tubes. Which one would y'all code if these two were your answers? She also had the 3-3 was an option, and then there was 2 of the 3-6, one of them with the 50-minute modifier and one without. My focus would have been on having both the same answer. You just need to know whether you can add the 50 modifier to it or not. And right here we've got our parenthetical that says if it was bilateral, both of them, you do add your 50 modifier. They did do right and left, and I probably would have picked the 3-6 without even looking or noticing that the code did not start with MyRing. It started with TYMP. But the procedure op note says the MyRing with insertion of tubes. Now you get down into the procedure description and it says the tubes were ventilating. But if you only go off the word up here, the MyRing, then you might get stuck up there. The other thing that is a good indicator that you're not doing a MyRing but you're doing the temp is that your incision is anterior tympatic. If your incision is into your drum, that's a MyRing also. Even though the procedure says MyRing red, because the CPT code with the 3-6 doesn't say MyRing. I wrote that today above it, but the procedure or CPT code actually says tympant. Which page are we on? 517. I didn't know if y'all knew about that distinction. Because if we look at it without anything written in the book, and our options are this code, and that one, and it lists in the top of the out note that your procedure is a MyRing, how would you know to go down to here? Unless you wrote down that this could be a MyRing too. So you picked the vent just because of that word. How would you know that the venting tube is not the same as a eustachian tube? Eustachian tube drains fluid from the eardrum out. Venting allows air to go back and forth. It's just interesting. But without knowing any of those definitions, if you were just looking at the codes and knew nothing about the autonomy of stuff, it's one of those things that I worry not everybody gets. And maybe that's why they're having so much trouble in this area and how I could make this better. Because you were in my head. You're awesome. Remembering that the most important thing is usually in the parentheses. That's having me in your head. Those two parentheses is truly the most important thing. That's where they pulled the answer from. That's in the parentheses. There are no parentheses in the ones above. This one's ventilating, that one's ventilating. But the 21 is the only one that said my ring, so she focused in on just the beginning name of the procedure. So one thing to note, most especially during the exam, is that this 36 can be a my ring, that you need to realize what tubes, and if you see that they cut into the tympanic membrane and not an eardrum, then you are down here too. That anterior tympanic membrane incision, which we could write underneath this CPT code descriptor too. So I did write very badly. I wrote it right there, but for the 2023 book, I'll figure out something else to write here. So the correct answer for this particular question, let's see, our answers are right here. So what I would have focused on, and not even how I would have handled the question, is I saw that we have 36 written down twice. I would have only went to that question. Saw that we have a that CPT code. Saw that we have a parenthetical right here that notes that we add the 50 if it's bilateral. Then I would have went up to my note and saw that my procedure was bilateral, and then I would have picked the answer with the 50 and that. And I would not have noticed or paid any attention at all that the 21 was the only one saying my ring, which is listed in the procedure right up here. Right there. I wouldn't have even noticed it. Now, if you're going to look up every single CPT code descriptor and then looked at your question, the difference in these codes is not the my ring and the tympanic. It's the fact of the different types of eustachian tubes versus the ventilating tubes. The other thing is that this one is cutting into the eardrum, where this one is cutting into the tympanic membrane. So you can't take the first word off these CPT code descriptors and use that to match up with this in this particular second. A lot of times you can in the CPT book, but in this particular scenario, we need to make note that if we did not have the same answer down twice and I had another CPT code, then I would have had to have looked at the CPT code descriptors more. And my worry is that we might not know that that can be a temp. So, yeah. Anyway, our answer is RA is our correct answer. And these are all the reasons why B, C, and D are incorrect. They'll go into the diagnosis code for B is not correct because even the diagnosis code they picked was not bilateral. It was unilateral for that infection. Those kinds of things. I'm just trying to plan ahead for 2023 and making better notes for this particular section. And Aapc didn't have a question like this one. This came from AHEMA, their CCS exam, which is tougher than the CPC exam, which, again, I note that my ring comes up all the time on what has been on the last exam in the last 45 days. Anybody that shares any info with me of what was on the exam, they're always saying my ring. So I want to make sure that we have better notes for this particular area, or at least go out. Yes, Mel, the books do come out October 1st, but the CPC exam will not change to those codes until January 1st. So nothing we have to worry about now. Y'all don't anyway. I'll be worrying myself to death over it, but I'm already trying to do that. I had a procedure. I've had that procedure done without anesthesia. It's with awful. Oh my gosh. I can't imagine. Oh, good Lord. I guess so. They're cutting on something that's already been infected for I don't know how long for them to get down to doing a surgery. And then they finally get down to it. You've got all this scar tissue and residual infection that's just not clearing up or healing. And then they're going to cut on it without any anesthesia. Doctors are just barbaric sometimes. Oh, gosh. But they never do give us any anesthesia for cervix biopsies or leaps or copos. They just hop up in there and say, I hope you took some Tylenol today. So if I take the test after January 1st, I need a new book. For CPT, most definitely. For ICD-10, I haven't finished auditing that, but I think so. HipPix, probably not. But yeah, if you're not going to take it, we have 1,600 new CPT codes. That's just the new ones. I don't know about the deletions and the add-ons, and that's going to be too much to correct in this book. Last year, we only had 300 new codes, and it did not affect the exam. So we were able to use our 21 books for our 22 exam. I believe that we might, I don't know. Until somebody takes the exam in January with a 2022 book and passes, we won't know. So another thing to keep in mind, I thought about on this, when we pick my ring, tubes are already placed. You can see where they're saying that they're just inflating them. So it says aspiration of the tube or inflation of the tube. So the tube's already there. The Timpaks are the ones where they're doing the insertion of the tube. Now, why this particular exam question said they were doing a my ring, but then in the procedure or the description, they described the surgery as putting in the tubes. It's just that the procedure header on that particular op note was wrong, technically, and you should send that back to your clinical staff to have them edit that that's not what they did and that's not the name of the procedure. I had them do that on my op note, came back as a total hysterectomy. That means fallopian tubes and ovaries and all that stuff included. Mine wasn't, but my op note at the top and the path report actually also both said total. And I'm like, no. And even in the path report, it said there was just a cervix there because I had them leave my ovaries and stuff. So there was no ovaries in the path report, even though the path report said total hysterectomy. And then also the op note said total. So you had to send those back and say, y'all need to correct that. That's not a total hysterectomy. Y'all's headers are wrong. So that really does happen in real life. So when y'all are dealing with things in real life, when you're reading a pathology report, it's good to note that there's no ovaries there. There's no fallopian tubes. Well, they left all that stuff in there. That's why it's not there. They're not dissected. The pathologist isn't reading what they are and describing them. So it does happen. What was something else somebody had this week? I had another in real life question somebody gave me that was quite interesting. Where'd I put my cell phone? I just had it. There we go. This one was cool. I thought maybe y'all would like it. Let's see. Here we go. So let's look at code 9.3. We're going to be in radiology, right? Or no? No, in medicine in the back. Okay. So 9.3, even though we're doing a radiology procedure, let's see, 933. (93306). So let me bring my book down here on a flatter surface for you guys. 933, what one? 06. So this is a real life procedure. Somebody's already passed their CPC and they're new to coding and they're in their job, and they think they found something that should not be coded as a echocardiograph right here. They feel that it should be coded as a limited. And they've asked their boss and said that they feel that it should be a limited. What's the difference between a limited echo and a complete echo? What do you think? What do you guys think is the difference? I am feeling better. It was just, I could not stay away from the potty, so it was like it was just going to interrupt. I'd have to go back and forth, back and forth. One of those days, I ate something that upset my tummy, and it wanted to go away quickly. So got it all out of the system. Feel a whole lot better. That's what I get for eating Pizza Hut pizza the day before. So good evening, Jen. You can locate what's been on the exam in the last 45 days on my website, medicalcodingbyjen.com, under shop. Go there. It's right there, and you'll be able to purchase it there. It's cheaper than where it's at on Etsy too, so hopefully that helps. I'm taking my CPC in January after I finish my course. My instructor says we can use the 2022. What? Your instructor. It's got 1,600 new codes. They changed the exam to match the new books in January. They're already redoing the ICD-10 questions right now to match the 2023 book, because if I have a copy of it, they have a copy of it. There's quite a few new codes. So until somebody bites the bullet and takes the exam, I don't know. We'll see. Plus, they'll be updating their practice questions. What if their practice questions have 2023 codes in it? We'll have to see. I hope your instructor's right. Thanks, Annie. So if I join AAPC, will I get a discount on taking the test? No, you will not, unless you purchase taking the test and upgrading to having a membership during a time when they have a coupon or a promotion going. Sometimes during the year, they do. You can always call them and ask for a discount. I had somebody in our group call them a week ago, 2 weeks ago, and ask personally for a discount for the membership. Plus, they signed up for an exam, and they got their membership for $100. It's what she said happened. I don't know. There was no promotion going on that I know of. So I've never gotten a promotion. I've always just renew and buy every year in May when I get my tax return, and I just buy it. But I've seen a couple of promotions where it was $120 for a couple of weeks. Was it August when they had that free AAPC thing promotion going on? So they had if you bought the CPMA to try to take that exam and you upped your membership, it was $120 at that particular time. But then you had to buy a $300 exam. So I don't know. I'm not an expert at Aapc's money side of things, how much they sell things, but I try to keep an ear out. There you go. Thank you guys for answering. I am feeling better. Thank you, Sanchez. Somebody has, we're going over this because I have a double ear infection and I'm really lightheaded. Oh my, Mel. Have your doctors put you on a low dose antibiotics for the next 6 months and see if that doesn't help. That's the only thing that cured my son's, and he did not end up getting tubes in his ears. And it was just once a day, low dose. I know it's bad for the teeth, but you know, double up on the vitamin D for your bones and just take the lowest dose. It's like a fourth of a dose of regular antibiotics. But you just take a tiny dose every day for 6 months. And that was the best thing. It cured his ears and he ended up not having any surgery. And then all of his baby teeth fell out anyway. So then he got new teeth. So that was great. No issues there. You can use it, but you won't be able. Yep, 16 new codes are rough. It's an Aapc instructor. Normally the Aapc instructors really want you to buy those new books. But yeah, call them. All right. Has anybody tried to answer the differences between echocardiograph complete and limited? Do you know what would constitute it? So here's our patient in real life example. All of the patient's info is gone from this. She did a really good job of not sending us any patient info. But here's the echo. She stopped and thought that it could possibly be a limited one. What do you guys think? We've got a lot of stuff that was poorly visualized. And down here under the text note, it says echocardiograph views are limited by restriction, patient's modality, echocardiograph views are limited due to poor acoustic window availability. And they signed it. It said limitations. Now the order was an echo, trans, thoracic complete, stat study, the image quality, technical difficulties, and they had limitations. What would you bill for this one? Would you bill a complete, the 06, or are you going to bill the limited with the Doppler? Because they did do Doppler. Yeah, we tried ear drops, nose drops, all that stuff. Okay, that's great, Red. Sanchez says, do limited. Anybody else want to take a guess? Thank you for the 3 love heart thingies and helping me make the TikTok happy with whatever they're doing there. We want to keep TikTok happy. Go-Kart says limited too. So the differences between the limited and complete. If we're doing a limited echo, we are only doing 1 chamber of the heart. How many chambers did the tech do? the tech did technically do all 4 chambers of the heart. So if the tech does 4 chambers of the heart, you're doing a complete. If the echocardiogram comes back as only the left ventricle done and there's no other ventricles mentioned, or the atrium is not mentioned, then you know you have a limited echo. So even without knowing what the order was, you can code these without even seeing an order. If you see all the chambers of the heart mentioned by the tech, then they did a complete. Poor visualization can come from breast implants. I don't know how many women have gotten breast implants, and they don't know the long-term side effects of this. If you ever end up with a heart condition, they cannot do a proper echocardiogram because the silicone in those things do not allow for the acoustic sounds of a Doppler or any sort of echocardiogram. Also, if this patient had open heart surgery before, they've had their chest cracked open, they may have all those wires across their whole breastbone. We won't be able to do, we do it, but we got poor visualization of some of the ventricles of the heart due to those wires. We don't have good acoustics. All that kind of stuff. So all you have to do to know the difference between a limited and complete is just noting those 4 chambers of the heart. So if they only do 1 chamber, 1 left ventricle, they're always going to do the aorta and the pulmonary valve and the aortic valves. They're going to do those. But if they only have 1 chamber done, then you know you're limited. So just because it's bad visualized doesn't mean we're not going to charge complete. So, yep. Cool difference there. So probably for next year, instead of just putting limited as your difference, I should put here 1 chamber. Heart done. Not all 4. I'll figure out something better to write next time. All 4. There we go. I thought so too. So I like it when people send me questions. Then we can discuss it. I can research it and figure out how to explain it in an easier way. Okay. What code is used for performing outpatient surgical floor? Yes. So what code is used for, just got sent to me as a question, what code is used to perform outpatient surgery floor? We're going to be doing either 11, 24, 21, or 22. That is in our CPT book. It's the very first page in our CPT book, and it's called Place of Service Code. And we've got 11 as our office visit. Our differences was 24, which is ambulatory surgical center. Our 21 is inpatient hospital, and our 22 is emergency room hospital. So some of the things that are listed underneath there, they do a little good explanation of what is a office visit and that kind of stuff. If we were on a surgical floor, outpatient surgical floor, would we be ambulatory, stand-free procedure, surgical? Would we be our 24? Because that's more of an outpatient surgery than inpatient, right? Typically. Inpatient surgeries are more for you know, open hearts, but like my gallbladder, which was an outpatient facility, was done at an ambulatory service center. What do you guys think? If we had performed an outpatient surgery floor, I wonder where the heck, what kind of surgery they're talking about. You know, we can, you know, somebody comes in the ER and needs their leg manipulated back into place or whatever, and we can do those in the hospital too. So it'd be a difference between the 21 and the 24. Be a definite difference between those two. We do have this listed in our HIPICS book too, and we also have it in our CPT book. Where is my HIPICS book? Where is she? I believe we have the same pages in our HIPICS back here somewhere. One of these pages in the back, I probably ought to look in the front and see where they're listed after we get off all these modifier codes. There's place of services. Let's see. Our HIPICS book will have another list of abbreviations. Then right after that, Appendix D also has the place of service. They've got the office. They've got R21 inpatient hospital. Any other better explanations? Ambulatory freestanding. No better ones. No better descriptors, but that is also listed in our HIPICS. A few other things that we have in our HIPICS is the patient status indicators, like whether they are inpatient, any kind of stuff. They got cornea tissue, biological drugs. Usually these aren't in the CPC exam, but it's good to know at least where status indicators are located in case you need them. HIPICS. HIPICS has every single modifier known to man, every single place of service. They also have this type of service code back here, whether we're dealing with whole blood or end-stage renal disease supplies, physical therapy, ambulatory service center, all that kind of stuff is listed there too. Status indicators is there. Payment indicators is also a chart that's in our HIPICS. A lot of the CCS people have to deal with all this mess. We don't have to deal with it, but very limited. And we don't need to worry about G at all. Our general correct coding policies that usually maybe the Aapc version of the HIPICS has. This is important for the CPC exam usually. And then the other page, the Appendix I with those 100 reference materials about coding guidelines. They do pick some questions from back here for the exam. Some of your coding regulations, regulatory and compliance answers are in Appendix I, but you don't have those if you don't have the Aapc version of the HIPICS. So anyway, hopefully that helps with that question of where those are. You pick 21. That's probably a pretty good bet. I'd be fighting too much to know whether it's going to be 24 or 21. I don't know. Because that's an outpatient surgery center too. So I'm dying to know what the answer is. What else? Surgical floor. Have we looked on Quizlet to see if they have the answer to that one too? I wonder. SUR Oop, what happened to the internet? Did I lose internet? How did I get put on airplane mode? That's not cool. Oh, no internet. There we go. Hospital floor. I want it to say surgical floor. Surgical floor? Nope. Don't know. Don't see it. Bill the NCDs, AMPs, and MIPS and LDCs. Medicare Part B. To find what codes and what book. Yep. That darn question. The NDCs, AMP, and stuff. Oh, where am I at? I wrote all that out in my 2018 ICD-10 book so that when I took my exam, I wouldn't have to remember all that mess. I wrote it in the front cover about the NDC, AMP, MIPS, and LDCs. For Medicare Part B, because I hate billing and I hate having to know all that stuff about it. Bill types APC. Bill type Part B. Bill type code identification for specific type of bill, example inpatient, outpatient. Yep. I did not want to know all that mess. And just finding enough white space to be able to write all that info. Yeah. Medicare Part B. OPS. HIPICS. HIM. Addendum Part B. Medicare. MSRDG. Lord, I didn't want to know none of this mess. So I wrote it all out so that I could find it. ER types Part B is urgent care type A. Yep. Different. Ambulatory, outpatient department hospitals. What do they do? Charge master. What is the UBC? Revenue accountability. Yep. All right. Workflow of the HIM department. I wrote out all of that mess because I didn't want to memorize it. It's again part of the addendum. And of course, I completely forgot any of that stuff was written there during the exam. And happened to not even need it to run into any of that. Let me see if I can find it written in this one. I wonder where MIPS is for reimbursement for Medicare. I wonder if that's what they were looking for. That's all the pink codes in the ICD-10 code book. Aapc is also too. The reimbursement for Medicare Part B is MIPS, Merit-Based Incentive Payment Program. Yep. They go back a year. APM creates a culture of value versus volume of money. It is supposed to help reduce cost, coordination of care. Yeah. What do you think on your other one? 2 I could not find anywhere in the book. Just guessed. You know I told you. I know MIPS. MIPS is in the front of our ICD-10 book. If we look at our... the only thing about this book stand is it won't hold all the ICD-10 book in because it's so freaking chunkin' big. When you fold it all up and need just the ICD-10. Book noted. External causes. I have our MIPS codes. Right. They're going to be noted. Maternity. We go with our MIPS. Our MIPS are the codes that are in the red versus the ones that are not. They get reimbursed based off those. I always pick C when I can't find the answer. Yeah. So these are the questions. What would you guys say for this one? We've got our 21 and 24. It could be MIPS or APM. But if y'all don't have those definitions written out in your book, in the front of your CPT book for each one of those, and whether they're paid for by what part of what healthcare system, Medicare Part A, B, C, before the exam, that would be super helpful to write out. For sure. For sure. I avoid billing and hate it all. That's so crazy they're asking that one. Do I have that under my compliance and regulatory? Let me go look up my compliance and regulatory exams. See if I can find them there. Documents. I know. You should work like that. I know you don't want to work like that, but you should. File, open Sesame, documents. It's not compliance. What is it? Compliance, regulatory guidelines. That's the other one that I have. This one is compliance. Control F and CD. So NCD for Medicare, it's Medicare Administrative Contractor. A is the answer for this one. That's only one result. Do we have any results for MIPS? MIPS? I do not. And do I have anything for APM? Nothing on that exam. LCD? I do have that one for LCD. Patient covered by Medicare, reasonable charges. Our answer is D on that one for ABM, even though according to an example of LCD, and B is our answer for this one. That one handles chronic conditions and stuff. So we can pretty much eliminate that one. Two is LCD. Your local determination. Bill Medicare Part B for local determination. MIPS controls reimbursements for Medicare Part B, but to bill, yep, you need your local determination to be able to bill. That makes sense. LCDs only have jurisdiction over regions. Yep. No, we don't want to end yet. All right. Let's see. So tomorrow's exam, for many of you that took half today and taken some tomorrow, will probably end up having 6,000 codes, radiology. Why does my laptop getting transferred to airplane mode? That is so weird. I tested in the morning. I hope you get some. Oh goodness, Karen took hers. That's right. You were talking to me last night. Oh my goodness. So let's see if we can't find. Something else. Yeah, that one's too easy. That one's too easy. That's the My Ring. All right, let me lower this and get this up. then we can try to work on some practice questions. I've got cardiology up for just this question. Let's see. 41 and 47 are super close. Maybe 31641. What header are we under? 33641. Septal defects. Are we working on a septal defect? Yep, we're working on a septal defect. So that's the easiest way to go, is to look for that header. It's right above all the codes. So if we are dealing with a septal defect, our differences between the 41 and the 47, we got atrial versus atrial and ventricular. MK likes the D. Yeah, Debbie, it's been a crazy week, especially with all the evacuation and uprooted from the home, the monsoons, gosh, and then they threatened us with a hurricane that hasn't even spat any water on us at all. So, yeah, it's been a crazy week, then an upset tummy. Y'all, I gotta show you this. Cat has a cat bed to sit in, right? What is she sitting on? All the coding books. I was ordering new insider views of the changes on the CPT books, and I had to lay them all out to see what years I had because I needed some more. No, let's not get in the cat thing with all the catnip in it. It's sprinkled with catnip. Let's sit on the CPT books. It's my walking treadmill. She's so silly. But they had some more deals on. So I was going through, and I just have to lay them out at Bixby based off of their covers. So, where's my orders? I ordered a couple of more today. They had some that were not bad prices. I got the 18 one today, and what year model is that one? I can't tell. The 15. I got the 15 and the 18. Don't forget they had, in case any of y'all were wanting any of these. Where is it? The 21 version of that book was $3 with free shipping. And it's still up like that. And it's really cool because it's got all those full descriptors of the CPT codes that were changed from one year to the other one. So that was like a rockin' price, and it's still up like that. So I got that one. Yep. And then they don't do every single CPT code, but the ones that change, they give you a full description of the CPT code and clinical examples. So some of these descriptions are like forever long, and then you know what was in those codes of the ones that they did. And they give you the examples, and you do get rationale too. So it's a $3 book with free shipping. So they're just like giving it away. So I haven't even taken the plastic off of it, but I got it. And then I got the other one, the 2019. How much should I pay for the 19? Oh yeah, that one's coming. That one's $7 with free shipping. And I did the 2022 version or something. Yeah. I did that one, the 2022 one, for $20 with free shipping. So not bad. It's better than the 84 or 94 or 102, whatever they charge every year for them. So you just have to have every single year, because what you're looking for is when they describe the CPT code, if you don't know your differences, they'll put the insider view is written in that 2007 book. So then you got to go find that 2007 book. But the more that you can find for $3 is, I'll eventually get them all, but it takes time. But I'm trying to go backwards and find them all. Yep, keep track on Amazon. So yes, we got D as our answer for that one. That's awesome. Let's see. Let's try this one. That one has some payment indicators. We don't have to worry about them since they're all the same. But we do have 3 that start out with the 49 code. So that's interesting. They all end with some of the same. Some of them are a little different. What do you guys think on this one? You good girl, Chloe? What are they talking about here about a generator? What does that mean? Generator is usually a battery or something, right? Yep. What are they? Was there already a defibrillator there? And what is a DFT test? I bet that has something to do with the back code back here. Does the CPT code descriptor say it's a DFT test? If it doesn't, and we figure out what the right answer is, that's be something I would add to the CPT code descriptor. What do you guys think? Is it A, D? Are we sticking with our 4 9s? And then just choosing whether it's 41 or 44. We do have 41 in one of our throwaways. You like 44? 936. Let me go look. 936. What is that? 93644. Nine 3644 and our 41. So our 44 is its own parent code. So it's an evaluation. Subcutaneously implanted defibrillator. Are we subcutaneously implanted? Our 41, we have to go, sorry, we got to go look at 40. We got to go see if our mama code has anything to do with it. So are we, the 40, if we go look at 40, it says it's a single or dual chamber pacing defibrillator. Our 44 says it's a implantable defibrillator, single or dual. What did we do? What have we got? We did dual. Our answer is A on this one. It's not our defibrillator. So the fact that our defibrillator was placed ventricularly is key. And how else can I tell? Implantable, subcutaneous. This one's of a single and dual chamber pacing cardio defibrillator. We did. That's dual. We don't code for a venography. Defibrillator by fluoroscope was included in the insertion. Yeah. Subclavier pocket was created. We did venous access. Fluoroscope is included. We had 3 leads. Defibrillating lead is placed at the right ventricle. Pacing lead was placed into the right atrium. And then a lead was placed in the left ventricle. They only left out the left atrium is the only one they didn't do. Yeah. 3 leads were connected to the generator, but not to the battery, but actually to the defibrillator. Then they sedated the patient. Good Lord, I'd have to be awake for all that mess. and conducted that test. So under the 40 and 41, be sure and write DFT test. For a 3-lead defibrillator. The incision. Subclavian pocket was created. The subclavian vein is accessed. Subcutaneous implantable defibrillator. Look at that 42 too. The 42 says it's a single or dual transvenous pacing cardioventricular defibrillator, which looks like just like what they did too. The 42. Didn't they say something about it gets so confusing with all these. Yeah, but 42 isn't an option that they gave us. Luckily, or we'd be really confused. Do we have a CPT book? We got our 2017. This book is noted. I do not have 17 in front of me. I have it on order, but I don't have it here yet. And if we look at these codes, it was recently updated with more of a description then. Oh, as soon as I get that book, we can maybe look there and see if we get any additional information on the differences. There's got to be differences between these, more than what's written here. 42 certainly looks like it, doesn't it? It says the same thing, except for 41 says pulse generator, where 42 says pacing. How do we know if it's pulse or pacing? Do y'all see that in that question? This says pacing. Well, one of the leads is. But they wanted us to pick the pulse generator. But it is for pacing. It says chamber pacing. So pacing is okay there. But the generator is a pulse. Defibrillation. Pulse generator. 41 says pacing, pulse generator. 42 says just pacing. 44 says nothing about pulse or pacing. 40 says nothing. At the time of initial implantation or replacement, other than that. Includes pacing. It does say pacing again. But this sucker says pulse. I think it's got something to do with the diagnosis of afibrillation. Afibrillation only goes with 40 and 41. If we've got a different diagnosis, we would be doing the pacing instead of the pulse generating. Controls the heartbeat. Pulse generator used to place heart into normal rhythm. Thank you, Trish. Defibrillator is a battery. Control the heartbeat. Pulse generator. Back into normal rhythm. Pulse generator is used when the heartbeat is missing. This portion is so hard. It is, especially when they make it so tricky. They could have really killed us and put a 42 in there. And made them all 49s. The ICD-10 code would have helped us. That's the ICD-10 code for this particular procedure if you ever wanted it, which you could put beside our answer 41 because it goes there, just in case you ever needed that. Heartbeats are like dub-dub-dub. If the beat changes, then they place a battery. Heart is hard. It is. Just could really use that CPT book 17 descriptor to figure this one out 100% completely and be able to give y'all a decent rationale that explains the differences easier. "42 says transvenous too. What does 41 say? Is it transvenous? No, it doesn't say. 42 says transvenous. Our QO is a payment indicator. We will be testing early 2023. Buying books this week. Should I buy the 2023 books, please? Jackie, absolutely. Get your 2023, and if you're taking the CPC, make sure your ICD-10 and your HipPix books are from wherever you're getting them from. They are the AAPC versions of those books. You are at a disadvantage because you don't have the ICD-10 decision trees that AAPC makes up for the ICD-10 book and puts in there. You may end up with a question that has a decision tree, especially in your underdosing or overdosing of your diabetics. The HipPix is full of your compliance and regulatory information that none of the other HipPix books do not have. So get those versions, and please get the 2023 versions. The AAPC, the CPT book, can be got off Amazon because it's AMA's version. And I don't know if Amazon will ship faster, but that's $25 that you don't have to pay for shipping of that book. And AAPC doesn't make up the CPT book. It's just from AMA, and Amazon sells it. And that'll save you $25 for shipping for one book. So you can get it from Amazon, and because it's over $35, you should get free shipping even if you don't have an Amazon account. But $25 adds up, you know. Let's Let's see about this one. I've taken the exam 6 times years ago and have horrible test anxiety. I'm trying again. You got it, Jackie. At least the exam is 50 questions less. You could take it from home if you really wanted to. You could do 50 questions one day and 50 questions another day, even the next week. You could take it in 2 parts if you don't do it in person. Just an option out there for testing anxiety. I took it in person just to mark in my book which codes were possible answers, and then I went home and studied those, and then I took it online and passed right away. So those options are super handy dandy. QX and QS, those are in your HitPix book. Hopefully you have transferred those to your anesthesia section because they're on the back cover of your HitPix book if you have an AAPC version. If not, they'll be in the middle of your book. They are anesthesia modifiers. All modifiers are in the book. Hopefully you can grab those and move those to your CPD book like I've done and put them all there on your blue pages with your guidelines. That way you've got your QX and your QZ listed with your anesthesia codes, which will help you so you don't have to have out 2 books for looking up your anesthesia information. Sorry about that. Here's our next cardiology question. What do you guys think about this one? I can only show you if you have an AAPC version. If you have an AAPC version, the back cover has all your anesthesia codes with it, modifiers. But you've got pages and pages and pages of modifiers in this HitPix book, and they go on for days and days and days, and they're all in the middle of this book. After all the codes, there's all these modifiers. These are the full descriptions of them, and they're pages and pages. It's called Appendix B, and it has hundreds of pages of modifiers. Every single modifier is listed in your HitPix book, from A1 all the way to Z99 or something. So they're crazy. ZU. There's a ton of them. All of them are listed here. My best bet is to move at least the anesthesia ones to the anesthesia codes. For sure. We got a couple of D's here. We're going to use our anesthesia, our radiology to go along with this cardiology code, which is our Infusaport, which I always know is our 61 code. It's one of my favorite cardiology codes. And if it's okay to use radiology, be sure and mark that up underneath the code so that you have it during the exam. And we've got our professional component modifier that goes along with it too. Super handy dandy question. Let's get that. Find another one. Oh yeah, our eyes and ears. Our eyes and ears workshop for tomorrow. Working on those questions as we speak. It's going to be a lot of fun. But we're going to go over what's been on the exam last 45 days, the most recent info that I got from people that was on their exam. And then we'll Also do just a little bit of anatomy, and then we'll do all of the ears and eyes practice exam questions that I can find, including Are My Ring one that I found, and we'll go over some E&M cases too at the end. It'll be 3 hours tomorrow, starting at 2 o'clock. Still got plenty of seats available if anybody wants to have at it. What about this 70-year-old with stenosis? What was? Monday I didn't do a live. We ended up doing it on live on Tuesday the 6th. Like I still got to download that live because Monday we were evacuated. So let's see. I still got to download that one. Let's go here. Let's go to Creator Tools, Live Center, Replays. So that was 9/6. Then I got to download 9/7 also because that was Wednesday. And then tonight's. So I got to post 2 more lives up. I bet you did great. If you had a little birdie on your shoulder, you've been working really hard. I don't think you've missed a live in months. I don't see how you could not pass. Is that helpful? Here we go. We got a B. We got a D. We have the same answer down twice here, and then the same answer here. They want to know, are we adding 50 a times 2? What's going on? What can we do with these codes? Lamoplasties. Oof. These are difficult. D is going to be our answer. Let's see. Our 63045. 630. So 63045 is under the header of what? Lumbar lunectomies. And then our 50. What could we say is our differences there? Is cervical. What did we do today? We did cervical. $45 is cervical also, but it's a lunectomy with a vasectomy with a forectomy when all we did was the lamplasty. So all of those were removals, where our 50 was our plasty. So we have to stay with our plasty. Yep, Samantha's got it. Good job. Let's see what else I can find for you guys. Lumbars. Where is... Yeah. How about this one? Switched up. Integumentary. I know these 1700s show up on the exam all the time. You should have a line drawn on this page that separates these codes from one section is benign lesions and the other section is precancerous. I hope y'all have that line on. That can help you decide if you're coding one procedure or two or three, all on the same page. Yep, we're doing 5 benign, which they hand write out, and then they do a number symbol for the other ones, and then we're doing 16 AKs, which are precancerous. So we should have a line drawn on that code page noting that everything above this line is precancerous, everything below it is benign, noting that we're going to have two separate things we're coding. Which one would go first, which one would be second would be important. How's that? Now, what in the Hades are you guys doing? Let me get to these codes. 1700. 16 does go first. Yep. Now, let me use my unmarked up book because that one's confusing with all my marks on it. Sometimes. Let me go here. So 121. We're on page 121. Because I want y'all to see how the book is really written versus how it's really supposed to be read. All right. So here's a virgin look at this book. We should have a red line drawn. Right here between our 106 and our 04. Everything above this line is precancerous. Everything below it is benign. Now, the difference between these two benign sections right here, this benign section is for like birthmarks, wine port stains, things like that that kids are born with. And then these two codes are for viral warts. but they're still all benign. Everything above it is precancerous. And there are also those AKs. AKs are listed here. They're listed in the descriptor right here. Everything that's in the parentheses is the most important thing. So if we're going to code 16 AKs, these two codes take care of all the AKs, and they do up to 14 lesions. This add-on code has an add-on code. We can times it. Does 04 have a plus symbol in front of it? Can we times it? Do we times it? Does that have a plus symbol? Y'all are saying D's the answer with it times 16. Do we times this one? No, we don't. We don't times this one. There's no plus in front of it. There are some rare exceptions in this book where we can. The way we can tell is the word each. If the CPT code descriptor says each, we can times it, even if it doesn't have a plus in front of it. But this descriptor does not have the word each in it. This one will take care of every lesion from 15 to infinity and beyond. There is no distinction. If I did 99 AK removals, we're going to code that code by itself. If I did 66 of them, if I did 16 of them, we'll code that code by itself. There's no each here. This one has the word each. So if I had 3 AKs, we're going to code our first one right here. That's first. We're going to code our second one here. Now to make our third one, we're going to times this one by 2. If I had 5 of the AKs, we're going to write this code. We're going to put a comma. We're going to times this one by 4, because 4 plus 1 equals 5. If I had 10 AKs, or if I even had 14 AKs, we'll do this code for 1. We'll times this one times 13. Once we hit 15, we're coding this one by itself, and we're not coding those two. And this one will do from 15 and beyond to infinity and beyond. It is your, what's his name? Oh God, on the Disney movie, To Infinity and Beyond, whatever his name is. They just made his movie. I just watched it. I loved his cat. Anyway, Space Ranger. It is your Space Ranger code. It will do as many AKs as we've got. Buzz. There you go, Buzz Lightyear. Oh, I typed all over this question now. Oh no. So, we definitely will not be billing D, which I think most everybody said in the beginning, because we can't do 04 times anything because it doesn't have the plus symbol in front of it. It's not an add-on code. So we can get rid of D. We know we're doing 2 procedures, so we know we can't just bill C. And because we're over the number of 14 for the AKs, we can't bill A. You like Mohs surgeries? Yeah, it's like debridement. Yeah. Let's see. What about full thickness grafts? What do you think about full thickness grafts? Anybody want to try coding that? There you go. Basal cell is cancer. Which two beginning CPT codes are dealing with cancer? Is it the 14s? Or is it the 17s? The 16s, sorry, 16s. Yep, it's your 16s. So we know right away we can get rid of the two 14s because those are dealing with basal cell. Now all you have to do is decide if you're an 02 or an 06. You don't have to even look at anything else. Your size is a 4.3. And that's the difference between the 06 and the 02 is the size. I believe a 3 is the 02, I think. Without looking, yeah. So we're probably the 06. So you don't have to let all this garbage that comes after all these codes get you upset. When the first code is all different, just take it one step at a time. Figure out what your main header is controlled by the second and third digits usually. So find that out first. Then figure out your last digits. Yep. Let me see. I can find you a Mohs surgery. Come on. What are our Mohs surgeries? Those are 17, Control F. Those are 17.3 something. 17.3. All right, guys. What do you think on this one? Gosh, where has this month gone already? 9/6. Repeat live. I did drug name prep. What else did I do? I did some anatomy. While y'all are working on this one, I'm posting up another live. Y'all can tell. What else? Ooh, I did medicine section. Stop. Here we go. And we can post that to a playlist of repeats. Done. Load. Publish. Everybody saying D? Our answer is, let's see, we've got one stage, we've got a second stage. That means we're definitely doing 2 different codes. Where is our procedure? It's on the neck. So our 13s are extremities and what was it? The trunk? Yeah, so those are easy to exclude because we're not there. We're on the neck. We did 2 stages, so we definitely have to have our 11 and 12. If we're going to use the 15, one of these stage numbers, and we do not add, has to be higher than the number 5. So our first stage is number 4. That is not higher than 5, so we do not need our 15. Our second stage just got cut into 2 pieces. That number is lower than 5, so we still don't need our 15. So yes, our D is our answer. Perfect. Good job. I got another one. Yeah. Not that one, not that one. Yep. We're gonna do this one. There you go. There's your next one. And then 9-7, I got to download and get that loaded too. I did M115. I did 11 and 15, had 6 tissues, so I hope I got it right. Yes, you would have needed it for a 6 tissue block. Yes, absolutely. If a block is cut into anything more than 5, you definitely need the 15 code. That's awesome. Thank you, Twinkle. We're doing D again. So we definitely don't need our C. That's like an outlier. I don't know what's going on with that 60 code. We don't even have to worry about our position or what body part because they're all 13s. What we do need to worry about is whether we're going to have a second stage because one of the answers does not have a second stage. So all you have to do is look for the word stage. We have first stage, and if they're going to call something a first, you know there's probably a second. But I like to verify, and it does say second stage. So we know we can get rid of B because we don't have the 14. We have to have 14 for there to be 2 stages. And we would not code 2 14s like that. It just wouldn't happen. We wouldn't have 2 stage and then another 2 stage. It's just ridiculous. We can get rid of A and not even have to worry about it. But we do have 1 tissue block that is 6, which is the indication of why we need the 15 anyway. Our first tissue, our first stage was cut into 3. So that's 3, and this one did 6. And since we did 6 here, we're definitely going to need that. I think I have another one of these too. I think. Did that one. Do I have that one? I did that one. Yep, another D. Here. I need that. And we're going to get rid of that. There's another one. Maybe I did do better than I thought. Jen, if I did, it's because I hope so. I hope so. You have religiously been here on every single live. I will feel just as bad as you, I swear, if you did not pass, because you have been here. You've listened to all my kids' garbage, me stumbling through these lives, trying to teach whatever it is. You've been here through the whole thing for months and months. So, yeah. Hopefully you did do just so well. I hope so. I can't imagine how these teachers teach these courses and charge people all these thousands of dollars and then every one of their students not pass. It's like, I couldn't live. I get so many that pass every bundle that does, and the few that don't are just bombarded with tutoring and everything else I can do to help out. And we eventually get everybody there to pass. So I couldn't stand it if my entire class or whoever was spending time with me watching whatever couldn't pass. There's got to be something we can do. I'm a bad test taker too. I'm the awful test taker. But I think you got this. So what do we think on this one? We have one lonely 13 and then two 11s. So first figure out our body part. Where's our body part? It's on a foot. Remember that feet and hands are not part of extremities. So when you see in the medical world, which is crazy because they're attached to your extremities, right? So when you think of the body and you're thinking of the neck, head, and trunk, the hands and feet are not considered part of the extremities or trunk at all. They're separate. They go up here with all this other stuff. So it's crazy. That's one thing to know. Yep. So we can get rid of this 60 code, right? We can get rid of the 13. What are the codes telling us here? We've got another one of the 214 things. That's ridiculous. So we know our answer. We already do this one. Did I have it down twice? Control F. Probably, knowing me. But that helps out. Just to know, we got another D answer. Yep, another D answer. Why they do all these with D's? But yep, that's it. That's all the Ma's I had on this exam. Yep, A is way wrong with those 214s. They could trick that up and put something else there. Make it more difficult. If I wrote these questions, they would be rough. We would have to put an 11 there too, right? And then we'd have to put make it a little bit more difficult. That one's decided by diagnosis codes. This one too. I and D. Adjacent tissue transfer. Is that what we're doing here? Those are difficult. But if you know, you know anything in the 14s, right? Anything in the 14s, I believe. I I believe. 14. 000 through our 14. What's our next codes after that? Yep. Anything in 14s is only one code. Only one code all by itself. You can't go wrong with ever seeing 14 and just picking an answer with it by itself. You just can't, because you're not going to do anything with it. And they're going to try to trick you and make you think you're doing something else, but you're not. That code is by itself, always. Yep. Without reading a thing, you see anything with, and be careful. It's not the 114. No, it's not those codes, with the 00 or whatever. But it's the true 14s. Those suckers. 14. Those things are always by themselves. Yes, it includes incision. Yep. I got to reboot this laptop. It's still saying it's on airplane mode. I don't know why. It's driving me nuts. But I can't wait to see everybody again tomorrow. Gosh, I did a live, Tuesday, Wednesday. I don't know. Saturday. And now we'll do our workshop on Sunday. Hopefully I have sent out everybody a link. I'll do that right now too as I'm speaking. Ooh, I just got down 9/7. Yep. I'll get everybody a link to the Zoom meeting. It will not start till Arizona time zone 2 p.m., which is kind of crazy, but I'll be in our chat group in our Discord saying, okay, it's 2 hours till it starts, 3 hours, whatever, 1 hour till we start. I'll let everybody know when it's starting if you're in our Discord. So everybody should be getting an email right now with the Zoom link, and I'll be in Discord tomorrow a couple of hours beforehand in our main chat room, which you click on my face bubble and go there, and here is where I'll be typing about how long till the live. And I'll be posting it on the messenger group too, in our lovely little whale messenger group. I'll be posting it in there too. Yep. I hope that's helpful for you guys. I know my integumentary well. I need to learn my ears and my eyes better too, so I'm hoping the workshop will help us work through that too. Learn all those little neat, cool differences on all those exams. I always get better after I teach one without any distractions during the workshops, so that'll be fun. Oh, y'all are the best, Sass. I really, truly hope everybody passed this weekend. And I will see you guys tomorrow. I just know you passed, Red. We're going to do well. We're just going to do well. I know it. And I've got a post about the 2 that let me know that they passed today. Let's see, where is that at? I'm going to post that into our room. Who have we helped? Yay. I've got this one, and I've got that one. 2 more people. Yay. Look at the ladybugs. They bring good luck, don't they? Anybody that's going to be taking the exam, like Fidea on Thursday, wear yellow or green if you can. Eat your peppermints during your exam, because those are said to just raise test scores for some reason. People that were sucking on peppermint during their exams scored higher. Don't know why. Be the only difference. Take away the peppermint and they score lower. So that's awesome. yes, you can still purchase the workshop. Absolutely. Go have at it. It's at medicalcodingbyjen.com and just go to the booking tab. It's there, $10, 3 hours, and you'll get just a ton of questions. 50 to 60 questions back to back, how I would answer them if I was taking the exam. What I would look at, what I have noted in my notes is the differences between those codes, and we will just move through it. And we will also do what's been on the exam the last 45 days. I'm going to go see if I can't find Red's questions, too, that she let me know today that were on her exam, and see if I can't find the answers to those and post those and add that to that document and get that emailed out tonight to everybody. I've already got my email list up of everybody that needs to get the new email. Wherever that went. Where is that email list? Nope, not there. It's here somewhere. It's not there either. I swear it's here somewhere, but I do have an email list somewhere around here, and we'll get that emailed out today. I just want to go look for those 2 questions she let me know today that was on her exam. And of course, I'm working on the ICD-10 2023 guidelines. See if they've updated anything at all, but we'll worry about that next year. Even if you can't attend, yes, you will get an email about an hour to 2 after the Zoom ends. Zoom will send me the link and the password, and then I'll email that out to everybody, and then you can watch it at your leisure. They won't go away. They'll be there. So yes, you'll get your link and password. Absolutely. Tutoring can be booked at the medicalcodingbyjen.com. Just go to booking 2. It's there also. I hope to see y'all tomorrow, and we'll have fun. Yes, I have an email address, medicalcodingbyjen@gmail.com. Email me there. Don't forget to enter in for the raffle. Put raffle in the header or the subject line of your email, and I can enter you in on the raffle for free sections of my notes if anybody's interested. They're adding 1,400 new codes. I have a list of them, and I'm trying to work and move them from the book to a document to see how many we've got and then how many deleted codes. Yeah, I'm working on that document too. So yeah, that'll be fun. And then our guidelines. I'm trying to get that formatted on one page so that if you guys wanted to print this page but then have note space available on the sides to be able to write, I'm trying to get that formatted for you too. It's just a formatting issue, nightmare, of course. But I'm trying to get it all scunchied over so you have some space here to write notes. And then you can just print it out. It's just all these stupid little dots I'm having to delete. So, yeah, formatting nightmare. I'm working on it. Yes, we got 1,400 in ICD-10, and I think we got 1,600 new codes in CPT. They're trying to kill us this year. So please try to take your exam before the end of the year. Go on and book the exams out. If you've got 2 more tries, 1 more try, 3 more tries, whatever, book one in October, one in November, one in December. Go on and get them booked just in case, because sites are filling up. Everybody waits till the end of the year to take their exam. So go on and get it booked. That way you've got a spot saved. All right, guys. I will see y'all tomorrow for the workshop. Thanks, guys, for hanging out. Thank you for the 4,000 likes and the 3 shares. Appreciate it. And the 4 hearts. Those are so cute.